So today I just wanted to make a quick video. I'm gonna try and do it as quick as I can. This is, of course, Louder with Crowder. I changed my mind, and I've gotten 7 minutes in, and there's so much obfuscation on his part that I need to make a video. So let's see what he has to say.
People are arrested in Germany, jailed for speech.
No! They're arrested if they use hateful speech. Because of course they are.
And in the United States, if you, use your freedom of speech and say, threaten somebody, that's a crime. If you use your freedom of speech and, threaten the president, you'll be arrested right quick. No difference. So right off the bat, his initial clip to try and prove his grand point with the grand gesture of his arm is completely fallacious. There are regulations in every country about what you can say, because you can't just say whatever you want. That would be anarchy. That would be chaos. So let's continue.
Okay, off. So you want Nazis?
You guys started it! Latest installment of Change My Mind, where we rationalize our positions on controversial topics. This installment's premise is simple in that while the media has been repeating ad nauseum that President Trump is a racist...
Well, Jesus Christ, of course he's racist.
Yes.
Basically threatening us with going full racist.
Okay, gonna skip forward a little bit here.
Is right now in the comments section.
Lying ass! Jesus Christ!
Oh, here's a clip of one. He's in the right somehow.
We managed to have a couple. It'd be interesting to sit down and talk about it, because it'd be interesting to hear more international. Put it down. Okay, yeah, come on, let's do it.
Sure?
Yep. All right. So you're both finished.
Skip this because he talks about stupid stuff. Doesn't matter. Skipping forward.
Went to his mother when she was naked. Oh, naked moms. He said, yeah, she was just taking a bath. I said, but...
In front of others.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that's a reason why I think the United States is better. All right, so you were saying you're from Finland. You said you don't necessarily feel super informed, but it is a general sentiment in Finland that President Donald Trump is racist. I don't think he's racist at all, but I would love to hear why you think that, or why that's the sentiment in Finland. Changed my mind.
Oh yeah, sure. I think that's the sentiment that people...
Yeah.
Sometimes even just about not saying certain things, like not protesting certain things, like when we had both sides.
Not really Donald Trump. So take the Mexican thing, for example, where he talked about rapists.
There we
go. He was talking about MS-13. It's a notorious South American gang. He never said...
So, right off the bat, Crowder's argument is, well, Trump wasn't saying that all Mexicans... He was talking about MS-13. Well, that right there is racist, because MS-13 isn't the only gang that murders and rapes. How about Bloods and Crips? Rapes and murders. How about the Hells Angels? They're a white gang, primarily, and they've raped and murdered. How about, the KKK? They've raped and murdered. So, it is racist to target one specific gang, referring to them and how they're such a problem. Each of these gangs has always been a problem, still is a problem in areas of the country, in areas of the world. So, it is racist to say, well, we need a wall because there are rapists and murderers. There's rapists and murderers in our country that are Americans. So, what are you gonna do? Wall them off? No, you're just walling off their gang because they're south of the border, they're Hispanic, and that's clearly racist. So, right off the bat, fallacious. Let's continue on.
Mexicans are rapists. He was talking about MS-13, and then said, by contrast, a lot of Mexicans are good people. As it relates to Charlottesville, do you know that he specifically said in that same speech, he specifically said, I'm not talking about white supremacists or neo-Nazis. They should be condemned totally. And he said that specifically.
So what Donald Trump did is, he said, oh, well, the neo-Nazis, white supremacists, they're bad. And then he quantified it, but... And then he put both sides. he's clearly obfuscating the issue. A president would not say both sides. He would say the people who were there and committed acts of violence and were protesting using racist beliefs and propaganda were wrong. Everybody else there was good, because they are. Even if Antifa, as he's about to mention Antifa, used violence against the white supremacists, violence doesn't necessarily mean bad. How about, I don't know, let's go back to something good old American. The Minutemen. They were violent and combative against their oppressors. They were violent, and they used acts of violence and terrorism against their oppressors, who were the wrong. You idolize and hold the Minutemen up as figures in history, as icons of liberty and freedom, because they were fighting for the right thing. Antifa, I may or may not agree with everything they do, but that's my beliefs. They are fighting for the right thing. They're fighting for a just cause. So when somebody with a just cause uses violence, it's just. When a group with a deplorable cause uses violence, it's deplorable. That is a clear differentiation. Whether they believe they're right or wrong is up to them, but a just cause is just. Saying racism is wrong and you're wrong and using violence is just. They're trying to fight for the rights and protections and freedoms of everyone. So, let's continue and see what else he has to say.
No, I don't think so.
With opinion on him not condemning them, if he said, I'm not talking about white nationalists, I'm condemning them totally. He said, but there were other people who were not white nationalists on both sides protesting and supporting the Robert E. Lee statue being torn down.
Yeah, I know, but in a way that kind of, for me, normalizes, because, like, we've seen the kind of people that...
This girl's right. By quantifying it and saying both sides, you obfuscate the issue and it normalizes the other side's behavior. You need to strongly condemn it and just tell the people of this country, everybody else who is fighting for their beliefs in a peaceful manner, and the other people using violence against the white supremacists and neo-Nazis who used violence, are all good people, fighting for the right things. It's pretty easy.
Are there, and saying that, like, they are not white supremacists, they are just, like, protesting, which I think, like, if you...
Let's go forward a bit.
Just there over the Robert E. Lee statue.
Yes.
And he did say there were fine people on both sides there protesting what they saw as a very important statue coming down. He said, now I'm not talking about the white supremacists or the neo-Nazis. They should be condemned totally.
Yes.
Is that acceptable?
No, because it's just a way of, like, it's a way of doing his duty. Like, he knows he's not...
And I would say, hey, listen.
So because this is what cracks me up, is because Crowder gets people on the spot and give them resources. They're on the spot and they're under pressure and they don't have this ability to articulate what they're trying to say. He thinks that somehow he's smarter than them, and he acts like it. So the word that she was trying to look for was Trump's behavior obfuscates the issue by saying both sides. It obfuscates it.
Today, there were many people here who were civil, who were polite on both sides, meaning you more liberal, these people more conservative, and I would say, I'm not talking about that guy who was screaming and cussing. He should be condemned totally. Am I supporting that guy? I mean, how much more expressly could I condemn him? I say this because I genuinely don't understand how someone can hear a president. Most people don't. Neo-Nazis or white supremacists, they should be condemned totally. What language would satisfy you?
Because you didn't actually condemn it. You're just saying they should be condemned, but you're not condemning it. there is a clear difference. Like, I should go to the store. But if I go to the store, I did. I actually did something. And obfuscating the issue by saying both sides and not being specific and saying Antifa used violence not against civilians, but they used it against these KKK and white supremacists to try and stop them. That's a different story. You need to be more specific. You need to actually condemn what they did. And part of condemning them is by holding up the other side. Whether he thinks the statute is relevant, but he needs to promote the other side. Everybody else who was fighting against the KKK and the white supremacists. You know, those racist a-holes walking around with tiki torches, which is ironic, and chanting, "Jews will not replace us." That was my Cletus ad on there. But those people were dead wrong. They should be condemned. They will be condemned. And all of them will be monitored because they are a threat to our nation. That is how you actually condemn them. You say, we're monitoring, I have the FBI investigating, and every single one of those people who was out there chanting racist remarks that the Jews will not replace us, those people are a clear and present danger to our nation, and I will be monitoring them, and we will hold them accountable. We will not let them pose a threat to any further civilians. That's how you condemn them. You actually do something to condemn them. Don't just say they should be condemned. See the difference?
No, it's also about action taken. I mean, if I think about the fact that something to have a wall on our border, you know, and like you have things like, you know,
What's wrong with that, though? What does that have to do with white supremacy?
well, because okay, I'm from Germany. We had a wall, and what a wall generally means is either you try people from getting out, or you.
Now, she's trying to make her point about the wall. But she's right. A wall doesn't either or, it does both. A wall prevents people from coming in and getting out. It serves an express purpose of obstructing travel freely. Period, end of sentence. That's what a wall is for. So, let's go ahead and skip ahead to Steven Crowder.
People from getting in. Human rights tragedies happening right now at the border where like children are separated from their families.
Well, you know, that's actually the Flores consent policy that was, you know, goes back to 97, and Obama was the one who was doing that.
Now, this right here is a logical fallacy. The whataboutism. No. Well, Obama started it. Well, that's fine. Obama started it, and he was wrong. Donald Trump has escalated it, and he's wronger. They're both wrong. He's creating a false dichotomy by saying, but it was and obfuscate the issue yet again by blaming Obama. Yeah, Obama was wrong. So if Donald Trump wants to be right, Donald Trump would end the policy. But instead of doing the right thing and ending the wrong policy, he doubled down on it and increased the policy.
It's like the people who, like psychologists and doctors and stuff, who have come out and said spanking your children is actually detrimental. It doesn't really help them learn what they've done wrong. It just creates fear. So if you actually want your child to understand that they've done something wrong, you shouldn't use spanking. That's why we recommend against spanking, and most people just say like,
violence begets more violence.
Yeah.
It begets fear. It creates intimidation.
The argument is, well, I was spanked as a kid and I'm just fine. And then people are like, but you think spanking babies is good,
is okay.
So are you really fine?
You're really not fine.
You're not.
Exactly. Spanking creates this mentality that spanking is okay, which creates more violence and fear. It doesn't change the issue. It just perpetuates it.
First, a lot of the pictures you see of kids in cages, that was from Barack Obama. So the whole idea is that
most of those pictures of children in cages isn't from Obama. Some of the pictures of kids in cages is from Obama's era. But many more pictures have emerged of children in cages at the southern border from Trump's administration. The issue isn't going away by blaming Obama.
W. Bush is the one who created it.
Yep, Bush created it, Obama escalated it, and then Trump escalated even more. They're all wrong.
Obama also wasn't the one promoting it. Like
that's
Trump.
right.
Obama actually then went back and made lots of laws
Yep.
and rules to protect kids who were brought in.
It's considered inhumane to separate, to put kids in detention centers. And so then people complain if they put them in detention centers with their families. But I just don't think it's genuine to compare the Berlin Wall to protecting a border. Right? I don't.
Here's the problem. The Berlin Wall was protecting a border. That's clearly either him being intellectually dishonest or he doesn't understand. But East and West Berlin were separate countries. I believe it was East Berlin that was taken by Russia, and West Berlin was taken by Germany. So they retained one side of their Berlin for one country, the other side for another country. There was a border between two nations, no different than the border between two nations on our southern border. Why was it wrong then, but right now? It wasn't, because they're both wrong. The difference in this is just simply that the Germans clearly wanted to use it to control who would come and go. The Russians controlled who would come and go. Berlin was located in East Germany.
That's why he's
The
trying to
point-
say that it doesn't count.
The point is that a wall is meant to control people's travel. Having a border doesn't mean you just let people come and go. We have open borders with Canada, don't we? There's no wall on the border with Canada. People are free to come and go. Most border checkpoints don't even have guards on them. You just come and go. But there's rules, and if you're caught breaking those rules, there's consequences. The wall is meant to be an obstruction to force and control who comes and who goes from either side. In this case, America would put up a wall to force them, the southern nations, from being able to just come in to America. But at the same time, it also means that we in America can't just leave freely. Mexico has immigration policies, but yet their immigration policy is really lax and lenient. Notice they don't have a wall on their southern border. If everybody just has a wall on their border, you get to these issues where it becomes controlling. That's the strict and explicit purpose of a wall, is to control. So yeah, what's the difference between the wall between that Russia put up to keep Germans in versus a wall on the American border to keep Mexicans out? There's no difference. A wall is a wall, and the wall serves the same purpose. Why would you say it's wrong in one case but right in another? Unless you were just being biased.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned white supremacy. This is interesting to me, though, because I think a lot of Americans, right, they hear this, and they watch it, people who watch the full tape, and they go, oh, well, he says, clearly he condemns it. And then you say, well, it's not enough. And I think that there's a disconnect.
Because again, saying something should be done, doing something are two very different things. Saying I condemn them, and then condemning them are very different things.
Because a lot of Americans here, every despises racism, says, well, that's enough for me. He says they should be condemned totally. He's obviously not on board, and he repeatedly said that. But you say it's not enough. So it's got to be hard to convince people that someone's a racist that way.
Yeah, well, that's because, like, I mean, you know, the way that we look at racism is very subtle, you know? Like, there's very, like, there are... Where has China wall?
The Great Wall of China.
Yeah. That was built like...
Sure. Yeah, a long time ago.
Yes.
Yeah. The Vatican.
The Vatican that's a religious, like that's very, very...
Israel.
Yeah, that's once again a religious.
Okay, so we're going to throw out all the examples of valid walls. The point is, we have a...
Those valid walls are not valid. What you're using to validate them is the fact that they force and control who comes and who goes. There's no freedom. So you're against freedom for other people, but pro-freedom for you. Except you're not free either, because you can't just come and go as you please. You're still facing that wall. The point of a wall is to control. And the fact that he only wants to put a wall on one border says he wants to control them, not control us. The Vatican has a wall around their entire city. Israel has a wall around their entire city. It controls everyone. So there's a difference between a wrong wall that's controlling everyone and a wronger wall that controls only one group. That's racist. Why aren't we controlling who comes and goes from Canada? That wall wouldn't actually do anything to stop immigration, because people could then come to Mexico, get on a plane, fly the plane to Canada, get off the plane in Canada, and then walk across the Canadian border. Could they not? Absolutely could. The fact that you don't care tells me you don't care about illegal immigrants coming in. You care about the poor illegal immigrants, the ones who can't afford to take a plane and fly to Canada and then come across the Canadian border. It is a fallacious argument, and I'm up to 22 minutes already, and I'm only 9 minutes and 35 seconds into his conversation, because it's that wrong. So I'll tell you what, Steven Crowder, this is a direct shout out to you. If you have the testicular fortitude, as they say, to actually debate me and actually have a conversation with me, I would love to. Alright, I don't know where you are, where you live, or where you, tend to do your things, because I don't have enough interest to really care to follow you or really pay attention to you. But when I see your videos, I have to watch them and I have to make some comments. But I will tell you what, if you want to meet me sometime, somewhere, we can have a conversation and we can record it and we can have a nice debate, and I will absolutely put you in your place about this. Alright, you like to go on Joe Rogan and then cry that Joe Rogan was looking up information. That was hilarious to me. I loved it. It was funny. You couldn't handle it. Because once you actually start getting challenged with facts, you freak out. So I will debate you. I'll let you use a computer just the same as I'll be able to use a computer. We'll be able to look stuff up, and I will put you in your place. I would love to do it. I know that you'll never take this challenge. You won't actually, I'm up in the Temple area of Texas. So, if you wanted to meet somewhere, hell, you want to come by my place to have a beer with me and we'll have a conversation, we can video record it. I'd be glad to do that. I don't think you'll ever do it, because I don't think you have the courage needed or the stamina needed to actually debate somebody, well, with an intellect that's prepared, that isn't put on the spot and bullied. So, bring it on, pal. Anytime, I'd love to debate you. And don't worry about, me being physically violent or something. I'm disabled. I'm not a threat to you. I'm just somebody who can... Anytime, pal. Anytime. I'm done with this right now. This is 25 minutes long. I'm done for now. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Like and subscribe, and I'll keep trying to upload more videos. The more subscribers I see popping up on my channel, the more videos I'm, encouraged to put up. So, thanks so much, everybody. Have a great one.